This week in Jupiter Jeep. Hey, we're doing the vendor series that we talked about and kind of show some of the vendors that our club uses throughout the year. Now, the Jupiter Jeep Club has several different vendors that we use, and they're scattered up and down the Treasure Coast, so it kind of makes it easier for any of the club members to go to one of the favorite sites they like to use, or they drive up to a different site depending on the capabilities of the shop. So today we're heading over to CTM and to talk with Matt, who is the owner of the CTM, and show you how his shop does the work they do. We're here right now with Matt Okerson.
Yep, Okerson.
Okerson. I'll screw this up eventually. That's all the way I do things sometimes. Matt's the owner of CTM, and he's been kind enough to let us come on in here and talk with him today and go over some things that we've known. I've known Matt since probably about 2012, 2013 when I first got into Jeeps, and you actually had your small shop back over there by Cowboys. Was that your first shop?
No, actually, well, that was the first brick and mortar shop on Grand Parkway.
On Grand Parkway.
Yeah, behind where Cowboys restaurant used to be. So actually, when I was in the Army for about 10 years, and I got out and I opened in my backyard. So,
in your backyard?
Yeah. We moved to Jupiter Farms,
I want to say thank you for your service, by the way, for being in the Army. What was your main Army designation? What were you doing in the Army anyway?
I was a 68 Whiskey. I was a combat medic. So I was up in New York.
That's right.
Fort Drum, 10th Mountain Division.
Yeah.
I was with the 214 Infantry, and just out there with the infantry guys, freezing our butts off in the cold. And
seeing anybody wants an IV started?
Yeah.
Well, Matt's been in a couple different places, and you know what? Before we even really go any further, your address here at your new shop, if you haven't been here, it is new shop, is it?
Yeah, 3131 Southeast J Street. We're actually right next to the Stewart Shooting Center, so bring your guns also, so you can shoot next door. And
you could drop your Jeep off, walk over, shoot your gun, come back, pick your Jeep, and off you go. So it's a double fun day for sure out there and stuff. And Matt's done a lot of Jeeping and wheeling before, and he's also known for doing the big trucks here too, which we can talk about on that. Your original Jeep was a Cherokee to Cherokee?
When you met me, I had a Cherokee XJ. I've kind of been through the rigors of all the Jeep ownership. When I lived in New York, I used to buy up all the YJs I could find and do the CJ front end conversion. And I would put a lift kit, spring them over, and put some lockers in them and resell them. And so with the CJs, I never really owned too many CJs. I more was into buying parts Jeeps for CJs. YJs were the big thing at the time for me. But once I got married and started having kids and trying to talk my wife into going into the woods, the XJs with the air conditioning and power options.
Comfort Jeepy.
Yeah, so I kind of became a lover for the XJ on accident, really. But I actually have an XJ now, and I'm trying my best to make it the Jeep that I shouldn't have sold before. So.
Slowly putting it back together there. And that's one thing Matt does still a lot of work on the club Jeeps. There are several of us that come in here, and like I said before, the Jupiter Jeep Club is really a spread out club. We're up and down the Treasure Coast,
And we have different vendors in different areas, and Matt's shop here, of course, is in Stewart. For me, it's easy. A couple other guys are close by, so we come in here to Matt's place and get work done, and we've always had a great job done on Jeeps. Never had a problem with them whatsoever. But besides the Jeeps, also, Matt does a lot of work on the trucks. Now, I unfortunately don't. I have to drive my Jeep wherever we go for everything, so I have to remember, hey, remember, stupid, don't break this you got to drive it back home, So, but there is a lot of our guys that do have the trucks, and I know you do Fords and Dodges. Do you do Chevys also?
Yeah, we pretty much cover everything kind of automotive, really. A lot of people don't know CTM actually stands for cars, trucks, and motorcycles.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I didn't know that myself. So I haven't seen too many motorcycles in here lately. Yeah.
We don't do a lot of motorcycles, but we do them from time to time. When we work on motorcycles, it's a lot of exhaust work, handlebars, swaps, and it's just bolt-on accessory stuff. We don't get into do full custom builds on any motorcycles.
Yeah, you've got your hands full just between Jeeps and trucks out there and stuff. And I've seen you have a lot of Fords in here that you guys are doing a lot of the work on, a lot of the older Fords. And there is a few guys in the club that have Fords, and I think the other guys are in Dodges and stuff. So I don't know if you've had a lot of Dodge repair. I know I've seen some of the modification, though. You have done some lifts and stuff, and really beautiful. Matter of fact, I was telling Josh yesterday, I was coming up to the side road over there by Cowboys, and we actually saw a Denali, a maroon colored Denali, and I was going like, wow, that's a really good looking truck. And then I seen your logo on the back bed as it went by. I said, that's one of Matt's vehicles that he's done up there and stuff. So you've been wheeling for quite a long time, and I guess you've gone through the different aspects of wheeling and stuff, and you're in and out, and now you run your business, which that kind of ties you down more to this desk here than out playing around. But he does want to eventually drive that Jeep out there with us, so we'll get him out there. But he used to follow us around in that Ford that you had, and you sold that. Yeah. So now you got what, a Chevy?
Yeah, I have a Chevy Duramax, and it's equally obnoxious as the Ford was.
It's a giant billboard.
Yeah, really big. That's really what it's all about, is that thing driving around, and it provokes a lot of conversation. You pull up in a gas station or a restaurant, and people are just like, they're magnetized to it. So it's a good conversation piece, because it allows us to get, pretty much everybody, even grandmas all the way to little kids, are interested in this big giant truck.
Want to look at that big giant truck and see how it's going down the road. And that's something else, is when I look at some of the work that you've done, you've really done some really good job, and I guess it really pays off. We had talked about this before about the guys you have working for you. I think one thing stuck in my mind was, you said, hey, I learned a lesson a long time ago, and if I pay for higher quality technicians to work, my warranty work drops way off.
Sure.
So I got to say, your guys out there, they really do seem to know all their job, and they really are on it there. And I forget, how many bays are in this new facility? Matter of fact, this is a totally new facility. You had this built.
This was a complete build out. It was an existing building.
Right.
But yeah, the owner of the building that owns this place, he's a customer of ours, and he basically came in and renovated the place to our specifications.
Yeah, it's nice. How many bays are in here?
There's 12 bays.
Right.
6 of the bays we use for just automotive repair in general.
Right.
And that's it. It's basically, so out there we have 3 technicians, and those guys run motor vehicle repair all the time. So
all the time.
We kind of mix up diesel and gas performance jobs in those bays with those guys, because that's really technical work, especially with the new vehicles and all their computer systems and check engine lights and all the stuff that happens. So those are where those 6 bays are where we keep our guys that are actual ASE certified.
And that's something I was unaware of, that you actually were doing also general motor repair, which is kind of another plus out there, because a lot of people ask, hey, my car's got problems and stuff, and so hey, this might be another stop besides just your Jeep or your truck. If you got general car repair and stuff, and you need something really looked at, it might be a good deal to bring it on over here too, and establish, getting some work on them, because a lot of people do keep cars now a lot longer than they used to. I know my Jeep I'm going to keep for life, because I got too much money invested in it. We've talked. Matt with Gold Digger, we sat down, we both figured out how much money we probably put in our Jeeps, and we're going, you can never sell it. You get the money out of them. I mean,
yeah, you never want to do that. Yeah.
So you just keep it until it falls apart. It'll be like a 1943 Willys, rusted out and just bumbles down the road and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So is there any other thing that you can think of that I didn't hit over? Because what we're going to do is we're going to take and do some photos of the shop here and let you see some of how the shop is set up and stuff. But is there any other key things we haven't talked about probably in
well, the big thing maybe a lot of the people in the Jeep Club don't know is that we see a lot of the Jeep Club members that have been with the Jeep Club for a long time. We get some new members through from time to time. But, what I'm really big about here is we do so much automotive repair. Automotive repair is really what carries this business forward.
Carries your shop.
The aftermarket world is really, that's what makes me happy. That's the part I'll never get rid of, because that's what kind of fuels my fire. So I'm just always for the Jeep Club and other clubs that we do. We always, anytime somebody comes in, they're affiliated with your guys' club, or whether it be there's like the Tundra crew out there, there's a Ford group out there. If these guys are in a crew or in a group or something like that, we always offer them a pretty good discount. And
I've gotten pretty good discount stuff being in the club.
So Jupiter Jeepers, when they come through here, once we got 2 sales guys out front, Nathan and Josh, and once you mention to them that you're part of the Jupiter Jeep Club, we bend over backwards to take care of everybody that walks through the door. But when you're with a group like that, which we know that we support and we like to hang out with and go to events, we make sure that we give you guys an extra kick on the labor parts and stuff.
that helps, because Jeep parts just empty every pocket, as they would say. It's a kind of expensive hobby, as they would say. And it really does help out, and that's one of the good things about being in a Jeep Club, because you do have a vendor that will help support the club in donations and raffles, charity events, work needed on your Jeep or even your car, stuff you need to have done. So that's really helpful to us. I think most people understand that, and they understand the fact that you also have to have the other business, which is the general motor vehicle that helps keep the shop going. And I'm like you, I like seeing the Jeep builds, the build outs, or truck build outs. I mean, it costs a lot of money, but man, when you look at them, you go like, wow, that's really nice. Hey, one last thing was, man, they had that big Jeep event over the weekend, and Mike with Southeast and April and John, they with Mavericks, they had a Jeep down there. And man, it would have been neat if you could have put a Jeep together, but maybe next year. Get a monster Jeep or a special Jeep put together and see if you could take it. But by the way, the one person or the group that won was Brute. But their Jeep, man, they really dumped some money in that Jeep. I was like, wow, look at that Jeep, So, but it'd be great to see that. And if not, we'll all go Jeep around again there. So I'll tell you what, we're going to take a walk around. We'll get some photos and stuff. And Matt, I really want to appreciate you taking care of the club. And man, we look forward to Jeeping with you as soon as you get that Jeep of yours together.
Sure. Yeah, man, you got it.
All right, buddy. Okay. So we were just talking about some of the cutout work and metal work that was done on this Power Stroke, this F250, which doesn't look like an F250 anymore. But Matt was showing us that actually they designed, this is a total new design for you guys that you're doing, putting together and stuff. And this will be, if a customer likes it or sees it, they could have this same lift kit put together to do it. Stuff. So when they're cutting a lot of the stuff that we're seeing underneath, you got somebody that is actually doing your cuts, from your diagrams that you're sending in to everybody.
That's right.
What's usually the turnaround for your plasma cutter guy?
Well, this particularly is laser. Laser we chose that because basically the cuts and everything can be 90-degree cuts and stuff. When you cut with plasma, you kind of have to finish all the edges around. Yeah, so luckily for us, there's a company inside the industrial park here where we are.
Really?
And they have a laser, and their desire is to keep that laser employed 100% of the time. So they take in jobs like what we're doing. So the way we're giving them the parts for this kit is we're just kind of giving them as we design them, we give them to them, they cut them. But at a certain point, this kit will be able to go on any Super Duty from 99 to 2020 with very little modification. And then we're also going to adapt this kit to Dodges, Chevys.
Chevys and
for Chevy, you'll be able to do a front end conversion to a straight axle. So get rid of all the IFS stuff to really get a big lift on
the truck. Yeah, and there is still a lot of guys here in the Treasure Coast that run with the really big lift trucks. I mean, it's one of those things everybody like. I also like the fact that I don't think I got a picture of it, but I do like the CTM logo that was done underneath there. That came out rather good.
Yeah.
It's advertising, but hey, that's what you got to do when you own a business like this. And Matt's shop is a really big shop. You employ a lot of people, which is a good thing. It keeps the economy going. So I mean, and I think this is really going to be a head turner when it's going down the road. And of course, Matt, what we were talking about is, they will, once this is all put together, they're going to take it out and they're going to run this truck around, make sure everything's proper, no problems with it, and then if everything's a-okay, bed's coming off of it, and all that bare metal down there will be powder coated. What color did he decide you want, or you guys picked it?
The teal color that we picked is it's very similar to the Miami Dolphins teal. So it'll be teal, silver, black, and then the truck body is white. So
wow.
This thing is going to have so much color, and it's going to be so obnoxious going down the street that people are either going to absolutely love it or absolutely hate it. So we're expecting both.
That's like some of the Jeeps we see. They're like that, like, oh, wow, it's really something else there. But you know what? When this does finish, I really want to get a good picture of it, because it's going to be definitely a stopper for somebody. I'll be seeing it out there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, hey, let's go check out the rest of the shop.
Repair.
Yeah, these are all the repair bays.
Yeah, we actually have 2 Jupiter Jeeps in here right now. We have you.
I got mine.
We got Andy Taco.
Andy Taco's Jeep is back over there. Okay, so
came through after crawling with the fallen.
Crawling with the fallen when he broke something on it there. And matter of fact, that maroon truck I was talking about is sitting out here in your lot, which I'll go over here and take a check at it real quick, like. Hey, I'd like to thank Matt for his time. It was a great day there at the CTM shop to see everything they're doing. Also, we will be doing all of the other vendors that the Jupiter Jeep Club does utilize, either in getting repairs done and or donations for raffle events and charity work that the Jeep Club does. Also, we'll be putting a link up to the email. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to see in This Week in Jupiter Jeep, just send it to the Jupiter Jeep Club email address up above. In the subject line, just put admin and we will get back to you. Also, we've already labeled out pretty much the entire year of 2019 of the events, so it'll be a good way, if you're not a member, you can find out what's going on with the Jupiter Jeep Club for 2019, and also how to become a member and join up on our Facebook page where we post a lot of our stuff. Until next time, safe Jeeping out there. Always Jeep in pairs. Never can tell. You don't want to break down somewhere and be stranded. And, oh yeah, with Jupiter Jeep, you're going to have a good time. Take care and bye-bye.